Hey guys! So I'm officially starting a series for my Python coding club that I do in school. So every time we have a meeting, I'm gonna go over the slides and what we did. So if you want to just see them for fun, or see them if you're a member of my coding club, then feel free. So let's begin. So I'm gonna put this into slideshow. Okay, Python Coding Club. So since this is the first meeting, you're not going to see a whole lot of coding. You're going to see a couple of intro stuff. So just want to let you know. This was a forum that we had, just to make sure I knew who was coming, just that. Introductions. So the goal was getting a good grasp into the basics of Python, making a more complex computer game or generative art, and learning how to create turtle drawings. And getting into topics like data structures. I will also have a separate series for data structures, hopefully in the near future. So this is generative art using loops, and this is a computer game I made. Turtle art. It is like generative art, but we don't necessarily use loops. The platform we used was Trinket. I learned this from a camp I did, so we're using it. It's very helpful for beginners. So this is what the page looks like when you type the URL. And then after clicking this button right here, that says sign up for your free account, or sign up right here. You'll see this screen, and then you click new Trinket here, and it'll give you a list of options like Python, HTML, etc. Just click any one of the Python options, and the thing will look like this, except without any code. And then I went over a small overview on how to use Trinket, and I also have a separate video in my Python series on an intro to Trinket, so be sure to check that out if you want to learn more about Trinket. So now we're going to learn a few things. So libraries and import. So this is how to import a library. You just write import, it changes color, and the library you want to import. And then this is some code we used using this library. So libraries allow us to access a lot more data. Functions. So there are there's a specific kind of functions. When I say functions here, I mean print, and it's just hard to explain, but there's a different kind of function. So here I call it a print function. So I do print, parentheses, quotation marks, anything I want inside. And then data types, string, integer, float, list, tuple, boolean. There's many more. I've listed some of the definitions, and you can also go to pages like W3 Schools if you want full-on definitions and an example of how they use them. And now let's go into variables, where data types is very important. Variables are digital storage containers that contain all sorts of info, like any kind of data type. Variables can contain any of these data types, as long as you use the right syntax. Here, I've just put a string and then printed it using no quotations. Lists are what they say, lists, and they look like this, list 1, and I've put a bunch of food in here. And then I put print list 1, so printing list, really simple. You get this right here. And then if I want to, this is called concatenation, if I want to get a specific element and say I like blah 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 in this case, then I do I like quotation plus list, and this is called getting using an index. So you do square brackets and the place where that spot is. So in this list, 0 is pasta, because in Python list, the first item isn't 1, it's 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you put a 1, you'll get pizza, not pasta. So that's important to remember. So next meeting, these are some other topics I will be going over more in detail. Conditional statements, these are like if or else statements. Loops, which are used to repeat commands, and user input is like asking the viewer a question. And obviously I'll have examples next time. Turtle drawing, I'm hoping to go over this. If not, I'll make like a separate series or a couple videos on what this is, but nothing too in-depth. So just a form of Python code to create awesome drawings, and they can be used like if you're making a game, they can just make the game more fun. This is some example of turtle drawing code, and you'll understand what all these functions are when I go over them in a later video. It looks like a lot, but in reality it just makes this circle. And then this is the link to a cheat sheet that has all sorts of the concepts that I'll be going over in these videos, so important to know. And if there are any concepts that you are curious to know about, and they're listed in this cheat sheet but I haven't put a video for them, just let me know and I will try to create one and go over it. So preview, I already went over some of it, loops and conditional statements, and maybe we'll make a program, I'm not completely sure though. And then yeah. And that's all I did this meeting. So if you were interested, you just wanted to watch these, or you wanted to see how I taught some of the other stuff, or if you're a Python Coding Club member, then keep watching these videos. Okay, see you next time. Bye.